All right, I hope that's good. How you doing, Coach? Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Hold on. Let's try that again.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Make
There
sure
you go.
that's nice and close so we hear you. So, that game, I guess, 54-17, probably not a surprise, but the record the Senators have coming in, they haven't won a game yet, and I wouldn't want to play you guys after Saturday's game. So did that have anything to do with it? Your team just wants to get that, wipe that off their memory and just get into it again?
Yeah, listen, I think we spoke about this the last few days. Like, I apologize to them for not doing a better job in game helping us to win on Saturday, and so it was nice to see the team come out and rally in spite of that for me/us today. So it was a great opportunity for us to lay some tape down and see how we can get a little bit better. Obviously, we have Central on Wednesday, but then we have Danbury Saturday, barring the nor'easter that may be coming. So
Yeah, they just got a weather alert, so that could be something. Oh, geez, the weather.
So we've got five days to get ready for Danbury, but obviously we have Central first. So I just think it's a nice opportunity to really work on our stuff and our fundamentals and get back to the things that make us who we are. So tonight was a good step in the right direction for sure.
Yeah, we were just talking about, me, talking to myself about the Danbury game coming up, and you had a great game up there last year. And both the boys and girls programs like to play Danbury. They're a very good team and very competitive. If you don't mind, let's talk about Saturday. What do you think about it? I mean, listen, I love what you guys do as coaches and the chess game that goes on within the game. What are you critical of yourself about in that Saturday game as you reflect on what happened there?
Yeah, so I just think I need to do a better job of leading our team mentally first and foremost. I think as it's very rare for us to blow a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter at our gym, right? So with 10 seconds left, we turn the ball over in the third quarter. They come down, bang a three, so 10 becomes 7. And then, we had a player foul out at the beginning of the fourth quarter. And then I think we became too focused. Again, my fault, led on, the refs and what they were doing and not focused enough on what we were doing. And I think that at the end of the game, while we're trying to run some clock, that also doesn't mean that we're not trying to score. And I think that our kids, kind of locked up when we put them in this clock running situation. But our intention wasn't to run clock like we might do in a game where we were up double digits. Our intention was to run clock, force a defense to come out of their comfort zone and open up easy seams to the basket. And unfortunately, I didn't communicate that well enough, and I think it made us appear like we were trying not to lose instead of trying to win. And so, hindsight in this business, I guess, is 2020, and I've been super critical of myself always, but certainly over the last few days. And the only thing we can do now is use that as a huge learning opportunity, and it starts with me. So
Sure.
the kids have been great in responding to that, and I apologize to them, and I'm sure there's things that they wish they could have done differently or had done differently, but ultimately it starts with me, so I take the accountability on that one.
Yeah, I mean that's you're gracious, and that's the coach's job. When you win, it's the kids. All honor to the kids, and when you lose, it's on you, right? I mean that's how it goes, and no one thinks they're going to go whatever and and even though you've had the pleasure of doing that, right? I mean, to lose now is better to lose later sometimes, and it can send a message and get your team prepared. Was there something different about your team on Saturday? I commented when you guys were up 8 points, it didn't feel like your A effort. Something felt off to me in that gym that day, and I don't know if it was the stench of the Windsor game still hanging on me or if your girls just felt the different energy. Listen, Simsbury's good, and they had 5 girls who could all play defense. It reminded me of your team very much watching Simsbury play. It was actually like a little bit of a mirror image of each other, and I loved it. I thought it was great. And Sabia and the other girls. I still have my notes here. Yeah, Olivia Jarvis was very impressive. Anything going on there, or is it just one of those? Was it an off day for you guys? Did Simsbury force the hand a little bit? I'm sure they had something to do with it.
Yeah, I think we panicked. Sabia averages 30 points a game. She had 4 points with 35 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, wow.
We completely shut them down. So we did exactly. I mean, our level of preparation, I'll put up against anybody's in the state, and that's not a bragging thing on us. I just think our kids really respond to the way that we prepare, and so to hold that girl to 4 points with 35 seconds left and have a 4-point lead, that's electric. What we didn't do well enough was finish the game, and I think you're right. It was a microcosm of the whole time it felt like we were playing two games. We were playing a mind game with ourselves and the officials, and we were playing a really physical and intense game on the floor, and we did not have the mental toughness that we needed to be able to come out on top. So listen, I hope that we're able to look at that and use it as a learning experience to buoy us moving forward. Tonight's a step in the right direction, but it's always a challenge when you play a team that maybe isn't as formidable as, say, Simsbury or as perhaps Danbury should be on Saturday. So you always want to test yourself right out of the gate again, but I think there's a lot of positives that can come from this. Again, getting the kids just to feel confident again and mentally, hey, well, this is who we are and this is what we're about and this is what we can accomplish. So I just love our kids so much, and they love you too. I love those kids so much, and so it breaks my heart when I do something that is not up to the standard that I hold myself / ourselves to. And so I was disappointed in my effort on Saturday, and I told them that, and I'm just really fortunate to have such a great group of kids. And at the end of the day, win or lose, that's the stuff that I'm gonna remember for years after this. So.
The player that fouled out, Kai Weisskopf, I understood your reaction to that because, there was a play earlier where Kate Dowd had gotten rung up for what looked like just fighting for position, no advantage. No one put their hands on each other, and Kate Dowd got rung up, and that I thought was not a great call. The Weisskopf call, I was a little blocked out. I honestly didn't see it. A lot of movement down there, but it seemed like today she came out here intending to not foul anyone, and you could really see her working on that. And I think that's something she has to work on, and I think if she does, she's going to be a scary force to deal with here in the FCIAC. You can't have Kai Weisskopf sitting on the bench in the first quarter. I mean, it's just not something I know you ever draw up or have in your game plan, and I'm glad to see that. To me, it looked like she came with that attitude today. I am not committing silly fouls, and I don't know if she had one tonight. Maybe she had one foul today. I'm not even sure.
Yeah, she didn't have one. And listen, super proud of Kaya because I think these are all – listen, film doesn't lie, right? So, we can look at – I mean, Kaya fouled out in that game. We put together 5 other plays where they could have called fouls and didn't on her. So I was disappointed that they fouled her out on a call that, to me, didn't earn it. And I just didn't think – well, whatever.
Yeah, it's okay.
The officiating
more about
is
Kaya
what it is.
Weisskopf than the officials,
for Kaya,
right?
I think look at the difference. She had 9 points in the first quarter, and when you see how under control she shot the ball and she distributed the ball, that's a two-way street. So how she plays on defense and how she feels she needs to exert is going to ultimately impact her offense. And so when she sees how under control she can be and how much better that makes the team, light bulb goes off, right? And so I hope that she's really impressed and proud of the way that she was in control tonight.
Yeah.
I know I was.
I was
I know
impressed.
her teammates were.
Yeah.
And that's the type of leader that we need on the floor in Kaya. And when Kaya can do that, I think we're pretty dangerous.
I mentioned that it was kind of cool to see her out there with 4 younger players, and I know that was intentional. I know she got to flex her leadership and maybe feel what that's supposed to feel like. And I can appreciate what you did for her tonight, putting her out there and doing that. Now I need your help on something.
Sure.
Because you're killing me. You're rolling out these kids who I haven't had to call before. Help me out with that, will you?
That's a good question. So I call her Zola Tarof, but I know that's not how it's said.
Okay, I'm not the only one.
And I have conversations with a bunch of them about their last names.
Yeah, so, okay, because I was on my heel. I was struggling tonight with
Listen,
the
I'll tell you what. We give. This program has really come a long way, at least in the 3 years that I've been here, and to be able to see some of those young kids battle in a varsity game with some of the older kids to kind of understand the way that we do things, I hope it's really special for them because it's special for us to watch.
It's awesome.
And I thought Hannah, all of them really, really emptied the tank for us today. But, how about Hannah, Emma, and Gabby getting their first varsity points today? Obviously, Zoe had her first varsity points a few games ago, and then Kaya hit her on a dime again. Zoe's going to watch that back on film and wonder why she didn't put the ball in the basket and put that ball on the deck. But, I'm just really happy with the way that these girls have come in, and we don't drop a level. And listen, we challenge them in practice, and so for them to come in and see the fruits of their labor and get an opportunity to play in a varsity game at home in front of their fans, it's pretty special.
Pretty cool. Zoe Damaris has some wheels, man. She can go.
Yeah. Yeah,
I saw her
Zoe's a
turn.
player.
Oh my gosh, that was great. All right, thanks. By the way, you're doing a pretty good job. I'm looking at the banner, 2020, 2021 FCX champs up there. So whatever you're doing is working. Good luck the rest of the year.
Thanks,
Hope we can
Coach.
catch up some more. And we're cheering for the Tigers always.
Thanks for everything you do. This guy's a legend.
Thanks, Rob.